Welcome to Choice Compass. So it's 2026, and this is the big question, isn't it? The world of AI is basically a clash of two titans, OpenAI and Google. And if you're a pro, a student, a creator, you've got to pick a side. You have one subscription to choose, so how do you make the right call? Well, today, we're going to make that choice a whole lot easier. All right, here's our fight card for today's main event. We're going to see how they stack up in a few key rounds: creative writing, coding, and visual tasks. Then we'll hit the final scorecard to talk price and specs. And by the end of it all, we'll help you figure out which of these heavyweights is the perfect AI match for you. Okay, let's get into it. It's time to meet our contenders. In this corner, the master of logic and reasoning, OpenAI's latest and greatest. And in the other corner, the multimodal champion from the labs at Google. Let's see what they're bringing to the ring. You know, this slide really cuts right to the chase, because it shows you the core philosophy behind each of these AIs. OpenAI has doubled down on making GPT 5.2 a true master of reasoning. Think of it as the logician, the one that's amazing at complex problem solving. Google, on the other hand, built Gemini 3 Pro from the ground up to be a master of everything. Text, images, video, audio, it's designed to understand it all. So let's kick off round one. The creative mind. Ding dang. We're putting their writing skills to the test here, which is a massive deal for anyone who's a marketer, a writer, or, just trying to get through school. We gave both of them a really straightforward, real-world challenge. The goal wasn't just to see if they could write, but to see if they could sound, well, human. It seems like a simple task, but a test like this tells you a ton about their personality and style. And wow, the results could not be more different. GPT 5.2 sounds like a person, right? It's conversational, it's intriguing, it sounds like something a real copywriter would come up with. Gemini, on the other hand, went full Hollywood blockbuster. Super dramatic, a declaration of war. It's all hype. So the verdict for round one is pretty clear. If you need writing that has nuance, that has a genuine human touch, GPT 5.2 takes it, hands down. It's for content that needs to connect with people, not just shout at them. Okay, on to round two, the coder's corner. And this is a huge one for so many of you out there. We didn't give him some abstract puzzle, we gave him a real job. Build us a landing page for a new app. Now, this is where things get really fascinating. At first glance, Gemini's page looked awesome, slick, visually appealing, ready to go. But, and this is a big but, when you pop the hood and look at the actual code, it's a completely different story. GPT 5.2's code was just fundamentally better. It used modern professional best practices and was built to be accessible, which is absolutely crucial. So here's the bottom line for developers. Need to whip up a quick prototype that looks good? Gemini is fantastic for that. But if you're building a serious professional project that needs high-quality, maintainable code, GPT 5.2 wins this round. For pro developers, that distinction is everything. All right, let's dive into round three, the visual virtuoso. Now, this is supposed to be Gemini's home turf. This is what it was built for, right? Understanding and creating images. So let's see if it lives up to the hype.
We kicked things off with a simple image analysis test. We showed them a photo and asked them to figure out not just what was in it, but the whole story, the context behind it.
And boom, this is where you see Gemini's superpower. GPT 5.2 was smart. It made a really good, educated guess. But Gemini didn't just guess. It saw the photo, went out to the web in real time, and found the actual answer. That's a huge difference. And when we asked them to create images, it wasn't even a fair fight. Gemini was way faster, and the quality was just in another league. So the takeaway here is super simple. If your workflow involves images, video, visual data of any kind, analyzing it, creating it, Gemini 3 Pro is the undisputed champion. It takes this round, no question. Okay, so after 3 rounds, the score is 2-1 in favor of GPT 5.2, but the fight isn't over yet. Now we get to the final scorecard, the practical stuff. We're talking price, features, the nitty-gritty details that could be the real decider for your wallet. Let's talk money. As you can see, the price is basically identical, $20 a month. But what you get for that $20 is totally different. With ChatGPT, you're paying for priority access and speed. With Gemini, though, you get its top AI plus a massive 2 terabytes of Google One cloud storage. I mean, if you're already in the Google ecosystem, that's a crazy good deal. Now we need to talk about maybe the single biggest technical difference, the context window. Think of it like the AI's short-term memory. The bigger it is, the more information it can hold in its head at one time. Well, Gemini's is 1 million tokens. That is insanely large, over 5 times bigger than ChatGPT's. It means you can give it an entire novel or a massive codebase, and it can analyze the whole thing at once. That's a total game changer. So after all the tests, all the comparisons, who's the winner? The truth is, there isn't one. The best AI isn't the one that wins the most rounds. It's the one that's best for you and the work you do every day. So let's make this really simple. We've boiled it down to 2 clear profiles. As I go through these, just ask yourself, which one sounds more like me? Okay, so should you go with GPT 5.2? Well, if you're a developer who needs rock-solid professional code, if you're a researcher who needs to do deep, logical analysis, or if you're a writer who obsesses over getting that perfect, natural, human-sounding tone, then yes, GPT 5.2 is your powerhouse. But what if you're someone who lives inside Google Workspace, Docs, Sheets, Gmail all day long? Or you're a visual creator, a designer, anyone working with images and video. Or maybe you're the person who needs to analyze that giant PDF for that long video. If that's you, then Gemini 3 Pro is a no-brainer. That seamless integration is gonna feel like magic. You know, the craziest part of all this is just how fast everything is moving. The competition is only getting fiercer, which really makes you wonder, who's gonna be on top in 2027? It is gonna be a fascinating year to watch. We break down every option A versus option B scenario by comparing practical features against creative solutions. Our mission is to provide clarity, helping you save time and money. Subscribe to Choice Compass and transform every difficult dilemma into a clear, confident choice. See you next time.